the Trackhawk video where I said that it was going to be the fastest car on my channel. This is probably going to go down as one of the greatest collabs on my channel by far, unless someone out there who watches this video sees this and says, hey, I want to collaborate with you. I have a car that's faster and better. Well, that kind of went into the trash until today, because today we have the opportunity to ride in a GTR, not just any GTR though, but a 1350 horsepower GTR. And I did a video with the owner with his last GTR, but it was only pushing 800 horsepower. Absolute gorgeous. Today we're gonna feel a lot more G's and a lot more power in this one than the gray one that we rode in last time. Stick around, because today I might be wetting my pants. So if you guys couldn't tell by the looks of the tires, you guys can see that he has massive meaty tires, especially on the rear. That right there just tells you that he's pushing massive power. You guys have seen this car only once so far in my videos, and that was New Year's car meet, and I had him briefly talk about it. So we're gonna actually get the experience of riding in it, and it's gonna make one hell of an experience, because this will go down as the fastest car on my channel. I don't know if there's gonna be anybody else out there that can beat this. I mean, I'm sure there's cars out there, but not here locally that I will get to experience. So this will be so fun. So with that being said, let's get the owner over here, talk about his car, and I'll have you guys experience what I'm experiencing. All right, guys, so this is Corbin. Corbin, say what's up to the people.
Hey guys, good to see you again.
Corbin, give us the rundown of what's different between this one and the other one.
Yeah, so basically everything's different. Essentially, powertrain-wise, it's all upgraded aftermarket. For sure. So the heart of it, of course, is the engine. If you guys follow like Texas 2K or you know anything about the GTR community, you've probably heard of Lynch Mob Racing, right? Engine builder for fast cars, and so this is a Lynch Mob Racing Stage 2 engine, so it is stock displacement. It's still a 3.8 liter. Everything on the engine is aftermarket except for the crankshaft that is still stock, and that's actually the limiting figure for this thing, and then it's got a stock intake manifold, but everything else is upgraded for about 1,000 foot-pounds of torque at the wheels, which is a lot. And then, of course, the other big part is the transmission. So it's got a Shepherd Stage 3 transmission, also called a 1K. So 1K means 1,000 foot-pounds of torque at the wheels that it's limited at. And so just because of that, the torque figure for kill mode's limited at about 950, just to try and hopefully keep things safe, you know, as safe as you can keep them. And then, you know, a bunch of other stuff. Fueling, of course, is huge, right? And air, right? You need larger turbos, larger fueling systems. So the turbos are Schweitzer Goliath 66 millimeter turbos. They're huge. They're good for probably 1,700 wheel horsepower. And they're a little bit laggy, but it's kind of cool because the boost hits hard and fast. That's crazy. It doesn't come in quite as soon, but when it comes in hard. So it's kind of adds for a thrilling experience. Like I said, fueling, had to upgrade the fueling system. So it's got 3 fuel pumps now, T1 525, so triple pump setup, and then still running 6 injectors. They're ID 2000s, which are big boys.
Those are big. Yeah,
they're huge, and that's part of why the car's idle is so high and so loud, is just for an injector that large. It can't add as precise amount of fuel at low RPM, so they have to let it idle a little bit higher. And then, you know, flex fuel, of course, like cooling's been upgraded. Like it's got a race intercooler. You know, axles and that kind of stuff. Differentials are still stock, believe it or not. These differentials can hold a lot of power. And there's a lot of other small stuff. Flex fuel, of course, you know, that's the biggest thing. To get this amount of power, usually you have to go E85 or E98. I can run E98, but it doesn't really make sense when E80 is like max power for this car. For sure. So, but yeah, I could do it if I want to. And yeah, I mean, that's most of it. You guys saw the wheels already, of course. It's got the drag pack. They're 17-inch beadlocks, and then 18-inch Advon GTs up front. Of course, even though it is an all-wheel drive car, majority of the power does go to the rear, so that's why the rears are a little bit meatier on the tire, just to help put that power down. It's got Boost Logic titanium exhaust. Still running a resonator. It's not technically straight piped.
Really?
It's got a resonator on it. Yeah. You can see it through the vent down there. It's pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
But Yeah, I mean, that's the bulk of it. It's been repainted. It's Ferrari red, so it is an aftermarket paint job. It's a little different than the factory red.
For sure.
It's really hard to tell unless you get two of them next to each other. Like my
Right.
buddy David's, he has a factory red car, and you can really see the difference there. And I guess the only other thing I can really think of, interior is stock. You know, it's not, this is a street car. It's not a track car or anything, so it's got a full interior, but it's got an upgraded carbon fiber steering wheel. It's a little meatier. It's nicer to grab, and then it's got larger paddle shifters as well.
Okay.
So you can make contact with those
Right.
easier. Yeah.
And you were going to show the people your phone the maps as well.
Yeah, here, I'll show you guys this.
What's really cool is he says that there's an app that you can download and you can just switch the maps on the car just from a click of a button on your phone, and he has it pulled up, so he was going to show you guys.
Yeah, so this is on Ecutech. So these are my 4 maps. You can see it goes 900 wheel, 1050, 1150, 1350. I was telling Cam that I'm a little bit limited on ethanol content today, so we're not going to be able to go to 1350, but we'll do 1150 and then probably 900 to start.
Hey, you know what? On camera, I'm sure it'll look like 1350. They won't know the difference. Well, now they will because you said it, but on camera, I'm sure it would look the same.
Honestly, yeah. And honestly, I would say with that map, you know, the torque's not going to be a lot higher than 1150. It's
Right.
just going to be where it's placed.
Right.
So you're going to feel very similar torque between the maps.
For sure.
Which is going to be about 950. Like even at the 900 wheel map, it's 800 pound-foot of torque, which is still a ton. The last car that you rode was 650. So it's a lot more even on map 1.
Wow.
So the 900, even though it's only 100 horsepower more, it's going to feel like it's like 400 more horsepower probably.
That's crazy. Well, you guys, with that being said, let's hop in and go for a ride, and hopefully I don't need to change your pants by the end of this, and hopefully I don't end up in the trunk either. Your seats are bolted down, right?
They're bolted. Yeah. I didn't know bolt them. Like,
Okay, good.
I saw those videos. Those
Yeah.
were hilarious.
But first things first, before we get into the car, we're gonna get a rightfully so cold start for you guys so you guys can hear this. Corbin, I see what you mean by when you say it idles high. It
Yeah.
sounds like it wants to get out of the cage and go.
It's at about 1,000 right now.
Wow.
1,000. So
That's crazy. Now, is that normal, or is it just because of the way it's built, they have it tuned to rev at or idle at a high RPM?
Yeah. So normal GTRs, even the one I had that was somewhat built, they idle about 700.
Okay.
So Nick Dixon tuned the car. I forgot to say that earlier. This is tuned by Nick Dixon. He's a huge GTR tuner. He's up there with Sam Barros, and so. Yeah, just with the exact setup of the fueling, he's decided it's best to let it idle higher. Otherwise,
Okay.
it's almost going to like stall out.
Right.
You know?
I can smell the E85.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, you guys, let's hop in, and hopefully this won't be my last ride. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear the exhaust just from being in here, and the windows are closed, and it's still really loud. That's crazy. So what Corbin was just saying is right now we're in map 1, which is 900, and we're going to make a loop around. He's going to find a good stretch of road to, you know, get on it and give me the good experience. So, but yeah, he was just saying that when I was sitting here, you can hear the transmission. It is the transmission that makes the whine, right?
Yep.
So there's a little bit of a whine, kind of like a supercharger whine.
I'll let off on the
Oh,
exhaust.
that exhaust sounds so good. What I was saying is the transmission makes this little whiny sound. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the video.
That sound right there.
Yeah, it's very, very subtle, but what it is it's the transmission, because they're almost like straight cut gears. Is that how you were explaining it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're not standard gears. It's now aftermarket gear set, and so at least with my understanding, there's a little more contact surface. That's why they're more robust, and so
Right.
they're a little bit noisier because of that increased contact. So,
Yeah, when cars are like really, really built, they'll tend to do that a lot more because the gears are built differently, you know, built to handle this kind of power. So
yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's the whining sound that he was talking about. It's kind of cool because it adds the more rawness of it and gives like the experience a lot more like oomph to it. It's very cool. Yeah, you guys, this thing is so built. Listen to the drone that it has. That's crazy. Now, if he upshifts, it just goes away completely. Like, listen.
Yeah, we're in 6th now, so it's a lot better. Now we can actually talk. Earlier we were
Yeah.
having a hard time talking.
It was
in
so
fifth-
crazy.
In 5th gear.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's once you're on the highway, you know, you're cruising in 6th, right? Because that's your top gear. We're basically at the same RPM as we were in 5th back there, so it's just as noisy. So it kind of, yeah, it sucks to be in this thing for a while on the highway.
What's the furthest trip you've taken this on?
Oh, like, just like, I honestly, I've like stayed in the metro area.
Oh, okay. Oh, that exhaust. Ooh, that is rowdy. The beast wants to be unleashed from the cage.
It does.
That is crazy. Does that exhaust note ever get old, or does
no,
it just...
I love it. It sounds a lot different than a stock one.
I can
too.
smell the E85 too. That's so crazy.
So we are going to accelerate here.
All right, I'm gonna get the window open so we can hear the exhaust. Hopefully the wind noise won't be too atrocious. Oh yeah, we got a good runway. Woo! Wow. That is, I have no words.
That's 900. So
That's only 900?
that was 900.
Corbin, question, why? Why?
Because 800 wasn't enough. What
Oh
can I say?
my God. I can't imagine. You said we're going to do 1150, right?
Well, so we're going to go up about, 250, 300 horsepower from that.
Oh, Jesus, help me. Oh, good thing I'm not driving. I don't know how I'd be able to handle this. Wow.
Don't worry, it's dude, I get an adrenaline rush every time I still do it.
I bet.
It's a lot of...
One thing I ask everybody is, when you do a pull in your own car, does it ever get old? I'm assuming it doesn't get old for you, does it?
I mean, if it does, I just go up a map. You know?
Just go up a map. There you go. You got 4 choices to choose from.
Yeah. But I mean,
Wow.
I'm in 900 most of the time, and honestly, like that pull we just did, I don't do that super often.
Right.
Because even though it's built, you still want to, treat it right. You don't want to
Right.
be romping on it everywhere.
So something really cool that Corbin was just showing me is he uses the cruise control button to change his map. So Corbin, show the people what you're doing. Watch his tachometer as he changes it.
So right now we're just cruising. If I hold cancel, you can see it drops to 1,000. That means I'm in map 1. So I toggle up. Now I'm in map 2. Now I'm in map 3. So we're gonna stay in map 3. That's 1150.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
And actually, the other thing is my coolant temperature will change to my ethanol content right there.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it says 82, but I don't really trust it. It kind of changes based on the mix, right? Maybe it's not fully mixed.
Right.
And I want to be safely above E80. So just to make sure I don't like get bad fuel in there while I'm trying my kill mode.
Right.
We'll just keep it in map 3.
That's cool. By the way, we did take a trip to Tijuana, Mexico. We are doing this in Mexico, right, Corbin?
Yeah, definitely in Mexico.
As if you couldn't tell, look at the sun. We made it to Mexico today, you guys.
Yeah.
We took a break from the Pacific Northwest and wanted to come to Mexico to get away from the shitty weather.
Yeah, we were done with the rain.
Yeah, right. No, we're gonna do a little pull here. Well,
A small one.
a small one, yeah. Those pops and burbles sound so amazing too.
Yeah, it's definitely got like a little burble tune on it. Sometimes it's like a freaking explosion or like a gunshot.
Right.
It's but every time I let it off just a little bit. There's always a little bit. Here, I'll do it right now. You can just hear that.
Yeah.
It's like popcorn.
Yep. That's so cool. My buddy's Lambo Huracan did the same thing. Whenever he let off, it was just like a little crackle tune. It was so cool.
Oh, Ryan?
All right, so he's gonna try and do a pull in map 3. That's 1150 horsepower. We got a bit of room, so I'm gonna run with both hands. Oh yeah, we're going the speed limit. Wow! That takes my breath away. Holy cow!
You can't breathe.
No! I don't even think I'd be able to reach the dashboard.
Yeah. Oh, we should have tried that. The tape the $100
Oh
bill
yeah.
up there.
I was telling Corbin when we were talking about it at the New Year's car meet, I've seen videos of people where they do a challenge where they tape a $100 bill, and if you can grab it, you can keep it. Corbin was like, "Oh yeah, we should do that." That is incredible. Holy cow! Like, you hear about these cars pushing X amount of power, and they sound insane, but when you ride in it and experience it, it's just on another level. It's so hard to explain. how it feels on camera when you guys can't experience it with me. It's just insane. How does it feel when you have control of a car like that? Like, does it feel insane?
Yeah, I mean, especially when I first did it, honestly, it just like, it happened so quick, right? Like, just think about it, we got on it, we got off of it. So you almost kind of just like get on autopilot.
Right.
But it, no, it's definitely, can be a little intimidating for sure.
Because you said it happened so fast. There was another pop. I don't know if you guys heard that. That happened in like, what was that, like 4 seconds, 5 seconds at
Yeah,
most?
so that was about 50 to about 140 right there.
Jeez, that's insane. That's crazy. And the G-forces you feel, that was probably what, 3 Gs, maybe 2 Gs?
Since we were at highway speed, I don't think we got quite up to 3. Probably like the high 1s, maybe 2.
True, yeah. That's incredible. That exhaust just the GTR note just never gets old. It's a very distinct sound, and you know it's a GTR.
You know it is.
It's so cool.
It's its own thing for sure. You know, it's got that VQ-ness to it.
Yeah.
But it is unique. The turbos obviously make it sound different.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can also feel the turbo spooling, like what you were talking about when we were talking about your car. I can definitely feel them spinning as you're getting on it. You're not brake boosting, are you?
No, I'm not brake boosting.
Okay.
I didn't. So both of those, I didn't brake boost. I didn't use any rolling anti-lag. I just floored it.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, and once he gets on it, the turbos just kick in like that. It's crazy. But I was also going to tell you guys that he was saying that his temperature runs fairly cool for a car that's built like this. Like, he's running about 171, almost 180 right here.
Yeah, the trans always gets a little hotter, obviously due to the friction of the gears, but the oil and the coolant, it's pretty. If I'm moving, it's usually under 180. So
yeah, you would think that for a car that's built like this, it would be running at like 200 or something like that. But it's nice that it keeps it, you know, under a cool temperature, so you don't ever have to worry about overheating. I mean, that, like Corbin said, that's what race coolers are for, is to keep it cool and not overheating. So what brand of intercooler are you running?
I actually can't remember. Like I said, that was part of what was done before.
Okay.
I had to upgrade the radiator.
Gotcha.
That was one of the things I had to do. But I want to say maybe it's AMS.
Okay.
So.
Alright, we're gonna try and get one more pull on camera for you guys before we go back. I don't know if you guys can hear the whine, but you might be able to hear that one. That was a really high-pitched whine. It sounds like a fighter jet.
Yeah.
It literally sounds like a fighter jet. That's cool.
Yeah, that is interesting comparison, but yeah. Well, certainly if you're outside, it does. You get that like turbo whooshing sound.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fighter jet is.
That's cool. And just like that, we have made it back safely and sound. And like I said, we were in Mexico doing the speed limit. So, Corbin, you have anything you want to say to the audience before we outro this video? Words of wisdom or anything like that?
Subscribe to Cam Vandehey.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. You guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like. Do not forget to subscribe, because this year I am planning on doing a lot more collaborations with a lot more people and their dope cars. I'm going to step away from maybe the car events a little bit more and focus more on collaborations and building relationships with people. So I'm very lucky to have Corbin as a good buddy. Corbin, thank you very much for giving me this experience. It was a pleasure. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out. I'm glad to share it.
Definitely. And if you guys ever want to, you know, experience the ride, I'm sure Corbin wouldn't mind giving you a ride. So hit him up. And
oh yes, my Instagram. It used to be Zeus on Wheels.
That's right. I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, so I ordered new stickers, but it's now Hades_ on wheels.
Okay.
So HADES _ on wheels.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pop the screenshot for you guys of his Instagram, and you guys can go give him a check out and follow him. So anyways, like I said, that's going to be it for the video. So thank you guys again for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, and I will catch you guys in the next video. So peace. I might be wetting my pants.